members and guests, I'd like to take a moment and invite our staff from behind the scenes to come up on stage for a moment. As they come up, this is Madeline Gonzalez-Lopez with Benefits, Felicia Anderson with Connectional Ministry, Beth LaShawn with Accounting, Gloria Knoeller with Database, and Lindsay Kottman, who handles all our media and desktop publishing. And you can see they may be small in number, but they are fierce indeed.
You want to stand down or
They can stand for just a moment. I just wanted to give you an opportunity to thank them. You can sit down for a moment. So the year 1979 was kind of an auspicious year for the Eastern Pennsylvania Conference. On July 1st, we welcomed a new treasurer, Dale Owens. On August 1st, we welcomed a new pension support person, Louise Schaefer. And on September 1st, a new secretary, Gloria Knoeller. Gloria has worked through 3 pension officers, 4 treasurers, 6 bishops, 7 DCMs, 10 conference secretaries, and saw 337 clergy ordained into ministry. During her years with the conference office, she has seen the workplace go from typewriters to laptops and tablets, from Xerox machines to wireless printer, copier, scanner, fax machines. She has seen walls erected and walls torn down, and a few of them in the same location. She's had her desk relocated to every corner of the conference, and with her job title changing to correspond with all of those locations. I'm sure most of you have called and spoken with her at least once on the phone. And while Gloria might not think of her job as a ministry position, I'm here today to confirm to you that it most definitely has been. Now, after 38 years, my goodness, sorry. After 38 years of service with the conference, and I can tell you she's going to be definitely missed, she's retiring on July 31st, 2017, and so I invite you to join me in showing your appreciation for the work she's done for this conference.
presentations for you. We got a little present there, and we got some flowers over here. Bigger than you are. I don't have to speak for us.
Thank you all so much. After 38 years, I do count everybody here as my second family, and I thank you so much.
I'd like to add a word that she knows more about this place than anybody. I mean, she knows everything. She didn't have to look it up. You could just say, who's this? Oh, yeah. And she could tell you everywhere they've ever been. So, you know, we've got her cell phone number. We know where to find her. Because I know it'll be years before we figured out all the stuff she knows that we need to know before she left. But that's the kind of heart she is. She knows us. She loves us anyway. And she will continue to shine on. And all the administrative excellence that she has planted in this conference through this many years, there's no words, but a great big thank you. So, Gloria, we'll miss you. We love you. And have a wonderful, joyful retirement. God bless. time we need to transition a little bit, but I'm looking for my ordinands. I'm short about 4 of them. Are they all coming? Pardon? Commissionees and ordinance. If they would come find the front, because we have time for our historic questions. So as they're gathering, we're going to be moving the tables, and we'll have the time of historic questions for those who are being commissioned and ordained tonight, which is one of our high moments in ordination. Not the killing time. We're going to have a few more announcements.
We remind you that when we break for our afternoon session, that we need you to remove all personal items from the tables for tonight's ordination services. Anything left will be moved to lost and found. Those individuals who have a speaking or serving role in the ordination service and those CLMs who are serving in the ordination service processional should meet in the clergy robing area, Hall D, at 6:30 p.m. Likewise, all clergy who are involved in robing also meet in Hall D. You will find on your tables an announcement later for the Board of Ordained Ministry, inviting you, friends, church members who are discerning a call to ministry to an October 13th event at 10 a.m. at Lancaster Theological Seminary. If you have questions about that, you can talk to Gary Knoeller or Jonathan Dodla. Cokesbury will be open tonight until 7 and tomorrow until 1. And then if we can bring up the text slide. We need the text slide. We have currently raised $6,268 for the scholarship offering, so we're getting closer, but we still have a ways to go. If you would like to support the scholarship fund by giving electronically, you can text the word donate to 484-843-1402. In a few minutes, you'll receive a line or a link to a donation page. And you can then, there's a little drop-down box, and you can select amounts and so on. So we wanted to give you that option. If you couldn't find the ATM, if you couldn't find your checkbook, you know you have your cell phone in your hand, so you can help.
Okay. Thank you very much, and we'll be moving the stage. We'll be clearing the dais, and we'll ask if our ordinands and commissionees will please come to the front and stand and face the bishop for the historic question time. And as we prepare for this, I remind you of what a historic, wonderful conference we have. And I hope you've all seen on the tables the wonderful Eastern Pennsylvania 250 years of United Methodism in America. And this is not just the Methodist side of the house. It also includes some wonderful explanation about the evangelical and the Brethren parts of the family, as well as our Delaware conference. And so as we celebrate this very historic time in the life of this conference, please do read this. This is an incredible tome. It gives us a very succinct summary of all the wonderful things that have been happening around here for quite some time. And we appreciate so much the Mid-Atlantic Foundation for making this possible by caring for the cost of the printing. Pardon? Well, we'll keep living. Okay. This moment is also historic, where we ask our ordinands and commissionees the questions that have been asked of all pastors since the beginning of the Methodist movement. And these questions were written by John Wesley himself. And so I say to you, you have indicated that you are convinced that you should enter the ordained ministry of Christ's holy church. You have declared that you are willing to face any sacrifice that may be involved in the consecration of life. You have indicated that you are so situated in life that you can accept the obligations of itinerant ministry. Remember the words of Christ, who said, "Truly I tell you, just as you did it to one of the least of these who are my members, you did it unto me." Therefore, in accordance with the discipline of the United Methodist Church and the historic usages of our communion, and in the presence of this conference, I ask you, have you faith in Christ?
Yes.
Nice and loud. Have you faith in Christ?
Yes.
Are you going on to perfection?
Yes.
Do you expect to be made perfect in love in this life?
Yes.
Are you earnestly striving for it?
Yes.
Are you resolved to devote yourself wholly to God and God's work?
Yes.
Do you know the general rules of our church?
Yes.
Will you keep them?
Yes.
Have you studied the doctrines of the United Methodist Church?
Yes.
After full examination, do you believe that our doctrines are in harmony with the Holy Scriptures?
Yes.
Will you preach and maintain them?
Yes.
Have you studied our form of church discipline and polity?
Yes.
Do you approve our church government and polity?
Yes.
Will you support and maintain them?
Yes.
Will you diligently instruct the children in every place? Will you visit from house to house?
Yes.
Will you recommend fasting or abstinence, both by precept and example?
Yes.
Are you determined to employ all your time in the work of God?
Yes.
Are you in debt so as to embarrass you in your work?
No.
Will you observe the following directions? Be diligent, never be unemployed, never be triflingly employed, never trifle away any time, neither spend any more time in any one place than is strictly necessary. Be punctual, do everything exactly at the time, and do not mend our rules, but keep them, not for wrath, but for conscience sake. Thanks be to God. Let's greet our commissionees and ordinands. Just turn around and face the people. Thank you so much. This represents hours and hours of commitment, money, hard work, and faithful service. Thank you, ordinands, commissionees. You may be seated, and now we will transition into our time of celebration of the ministry of our retirees, and we'll have a little transition music, and we'll begin momentarily.